Apple, New York, as the Knicks play one at home. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. JJ Barea. Mavericks trailed by 5.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
On the floor for Dallas, Carlo, he's in at center. Jared Williams out there with J.J. Barea. Then it's Matthews, and it's Parsons in at the 4 slot. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised names, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Williams, he's checked in for New York. Follow kicks to Anthony. New York moving the ball around. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Lopez a screen. Anthony. Good D by Matthews.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Shot clock at 5. Feeds to Freak. Lopez with the steal. A follow right side. It's blocked. And here's Barea. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington. It's stolen by Anthony. The pass to Galloway. The dish to Williams. Anthony, no one around. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Anthony's got himself on the board with 3 there. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Kevin Shelton. For Wesley Matthews. And Harris subbed in for Darren Williams. There's Galloway. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their starters aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
Mavericks trailed by 8. They set the screen. Barea dishes to Freak. Pass to Barea. And that's on a bounce. Dallas will retain possession. Now let's find out what head coach Jared Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, we talked about how you can slow down this very formidable offensive team. He told me it's all about following the scouting report, saying we have so much information nowadays, where guys shoot best, where they maybe don't shoot as well. We provide that to our players, and it's incumbent upon them, and of course us as a coaching staff, to try to take away what they do best. Guys, we'll see if they can take them out of their groove tonight. Back to you.
All right, Doris, they're probably well aware of the firepower they're up against.
You know, it sounds like it. I mean, their coach knows how tough it is to slow this team down, and he wants to make sure his guys understand that as well.
Yeah, I guarantee he got his point across when prepping them for this one. He focused clearly on their absolute toughest effort defensively.
And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs, saw back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
There's Williams with the putback. Rejected by Carlisle. Barea kicks to Villanueva. Good on the three-point shot. Villanueva's with the triple, his first basket of the game.
For me, my favorite memory of Barea is outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
And the shot is good. Calderon's got his first basket of the night. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Knicks?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And getting back to Barea's contribution against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth-quarter comeback.
The Knicks. Lopez is checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Anthony comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's a Flalo in for Langston Galloway. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Carlisle, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Parsons comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Wesley Matthews checked in for Anderson. And it's Williams in for Devin Harris. On the floor for Dallas, Carlisle in at center. Chandler Parsons out there with Matthews. Then it's Williams. And it's Barea in at the point. Williams can't hit. New York leading by 7. Calderon kicks to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, they're not afraid to just let it fly from here. They didn't have as much success in the first quarter, but with this lead, they're looking to extend it with the three-point shot.
Lopez with the steal. Calderon with it. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. A follow, that's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Now here's Freak. Lopez covering. Barea, the pass to Parsons. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Clock at 6. And here's Matthews for the 3. And he gets it to go. Matthews has got 7 points. New York's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3 quarters. Now here's Calderon. A follow outside. At the top of the key, Williams. Puts up the baby hook. Foul call that time on the way out. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you guys, he was once considered a shooter, but now I think Darren Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. Highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
It's Anthony with the drive. 11 feet away. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Now Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against Washington. It's deflected. And here's Calderon. He dishes it to a Flalo. New York moving the ball around. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Covered by Parsons. Anthony drives in. And he gets it to go. Anthony's got the lead up to 13 now for New York.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Here's Parsons. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. That's now 8 points for Chandler Parsons. New York's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Picked by Williams. A follow kicks to Williams. Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Throwing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
And it's blocked. And that's on a bounce. Dallas will retain possession. Here's Barea. It's rebounded by New York. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
And here's the fast break. On up the court. Matthews with the steal. Here's Carlisle. Tries again. It's stolen by Calderon. Outside Williams. Calderon with it. Out defended by Freak. Williams with a clean look. And that one hits back iron.
Well, he's gone without a field goal. And that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Parsons dishes to Matthews. Parsons sets a screen for Matthews. Kicks to Freak. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close.
Well, Carmelo, what?
Kevin Serafin is checked in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And Dallas also making a switch. Carlisle is checked in for Pachulia. Kevin Serafin is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Calderon. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here is Calderon. Aflalo outside. Anthony against Parsons. 6 on the shot clock. Good. 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
And Williams, here we go. Poke loose. And now Aflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Calderon with it. Here's the screen. Aflalo against Matthews. Aflalo, the pass to Calderon. The 3. No good. And it's Dallas the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Dishes it to Anthony. The baseline jam, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Williams up on top. He's guarded by Calderon. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 11 points for Wesley Matthews.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Fades away. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 16 points.
It really looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at San Antonio, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Dallas Mavericks, they're in the 6th position.
You know, right now, Dallas, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I would not write them off completely in terms of the title picture just yet. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. The Mavericks have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%. And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
That ball, nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got his 9th assist in the game now. Here's the screen. Here's Barea. Kicks to Freak. Stolen by Serafin. Here's Anthony. Calderon at the elbow. Outside Williams. Now the feed to Calderon. Wants to get it to Serafin and does. Rejected by Carlisle.
Move it, move it.
He kicks it to Barea. Down low. Here's Nowitzki. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter. As you said, the man just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They really cracked out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Serafin, shot is off. Some solid defensive work there from Freak. Anderson against Calderon. Stolen by Serafin. And a follow. Bucket on the assist by Anthony. Anthony's got 9 assists now tonight. There's the pick.
Move the ball.
Now here's Barea. T right on him. Ball's not loose. Stolen by Serafin. Here's Anthony. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
How's that before a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Barea kicks to Freak. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. Thomas comes in for Anthony. The Mavericks also with a sub. Villanueva's checked in. Harris misses.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
O'Quinn can't hit.
Move it, move it.
Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Harris dishes to Villanueva. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Boy, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively. That can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Tyson Galloway's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. As you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, and no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, under 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game, and it's Freak missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Anderson against Calderon. Outside Thomas. New York moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Calderon. Rebounded by Carlisle. Freak's got 8 rebounds in this game. Passes it to Villanueva. In the corner, it's Harris. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll return possession. The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is... And so it's Dallas with it. On the floor for Dallas. Carlisle, he's in at center. Chandler Parsons out there with Charlie Villanueva. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Felton in at the point. Now Calderon. He feeds it to Galloway. The drive by Anthony. And that one is stuffed right through.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Outside Felton. To the middle, Carlisle, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through it, and that's not legal. They're spraying him home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
Matthews left side. And it's sent back by Lopez. They get it back. Lopez with the steal. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Matthews. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. It makes it look fun and easy.
Galloway, the pass to Calderon. It's Anthony with the drive. Takes it out with both hands and rips it down.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Felton kicks to Freak. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And it's 8 points for Freak.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Porzingis passes to Calderon. Outside Anthony. A floater. It's rebounded by Dallas. Freak's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. There's a good screen. Felton dishes to Freak. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Take a look at the game for Freak. 11 rebounds and 5 blocks. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often, blocking shots and getting rebounds.
So New York going with almost an entire new group. Kevin Serafin is checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Langston Galloway. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Felton. 11 points for Freak.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Here's Matthews. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Grant with the ball. Now Felton defending. Anthony down low. Villanueva's there. Here's Serafin. Right through the knee for the layup.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot. on a follow just like he got there.
Here's Felton. Easy layup after coming off the pick.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
The Knicks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Grant, right side. Vujicic kicks to Williams. Feeds it to Seraphin. 6 to shoot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on 3.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Seraphin. He's got 10 points now and 3 great steals. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I'd like most is just the effort he's put into this game.
And Clark, he's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
Anthony Early's checked in for the Knicks. And Dallas also making the switch. Darren Williams checked in for Matthews. It's Williams with the drive, and he gets it to go.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
From 18 feet away, but he recovers it. And here's Seraphin. Drains it from 17 feet out. Seraphin's got 7 points for the quarter.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Felton the pass to Carlisle. Outside for Felton.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
Williams, a screen on Parsons early, and it's blocked by Carlisle. Parsons dishes to Villanueva. Back to Parsons. They set the pick. Screen by Villanueva. Here's Felton. Offensive rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Grant against Williams. Grant kicks to Williams. Now, here's Grant. He started closely. Rejected by Carlisle. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got 4 assists now tonight. For New York, they've got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. On the wing, Williams. Villanueva covering. Poked away. Villanueva with the steal. A pull-up. Jump shot is good. 15 points for Chandler Parsons.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Dallas. Freak's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. The 11-footer. Oh, offensive interference.
The NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending, and that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Derek Williams, and Thomas subbed in for Anthony Early. Anderson, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Knicks miss again.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron, even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. I think we'll see a small percentage of those plays over the course of the season.
At the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Seraphin. The Mavericks shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Felton goes in. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Felton's got 4 points in the quarter. To the inside. Knocks it loose. Here's O'Quinn. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end. He's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Felton the pass to Carlisle. Out to the right wing. It's Anderson with the drive. Mavs were solid on the road last year with a record of 23-18 away from Dallas Clark. Good for 5th most road wins in the West.
And Kevin, that's what you'd expect from a veteran team like the Mavs. I mean, throughout the roster, this team has guys that understand what it takes to win on the road.
Good on the second free throw. Knicks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Grant. Here's Vujicic. Rebounded by Carlisle.
And guys, the Mavs did have a good record on the road last year. Most of it came at the expense of the Eastern Conference. Only 10 of their 23 road wins came against teams in the West.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Count the bucket.
Great job that his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The 10-footer. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's 13 points for Raymond Felton.
You know, it's funny. Back to the Mavs on the road last season, they were much better defensively on the road than they were at home, and that's typically not the case. It's usually flipped. Better at home on D than on the road.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Grant in the post. He's covered by Felton. Grant, that's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
That's good.
Defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
The high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts. That's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. There's the pass to Vujicic. There's the dish to Serafin. Lets it go from 11. Rebounded by Carlisle. Freak's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Vujicic kicks to O'Quinn. Pass to Thomas. Up top, O'Quinn. He dishes it to Vujicic. Some nice passing by New York here. Clock at 6. Here's Grant. No luck. Nice D from Freak. Here are the Mavericks now.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in there about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Aflalo. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
That's good.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Williams, that's good.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
So No problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?